Good morning. All right, we have problems. Oh, my man. Not Inquisitor, we have problems. We have serious issues now. I'm gonna send the gospel of burning wheel on your ass. I'm gonna pray for Ukraine to come and hunt your knights. All right. So I've listened to your video about a mechanical emergence, and I see you have problem getting a grasp of the concept, and you understand it, but you don't see it. You never felt that you had that experience. So there's different ways to get at this. I will not say that you're wrong. I will not say that you need to play Burning Wheel. I will not say that you are unlucky and that I wish you would one day. I will not say that. I would say that either I poorly express myself, so I'm calling what I call mechanical emergence is what you call something else, and it's probably something like that, so here's what it is. It's this. I'm not gonna change the words I use, because it's the second time I changed it already once. So I'm gonna give you examples. I'm not gonna go conceptual, I'm gonna go examples, really, really basic. Of course, the mechanics are in the book. They are on the pages. They are written. The one I'm talking about, and I'm gonna explain them. They are on the pages, they are written. They're not optional. They are necessary. They are not house rules. They are not anything you mentioned. Alright, so I'm gonna make it clear. I want you to understand what I'm saying, because I do believe it's probably in other games, but I just don't know, and it's important for what I was saying. So you pretty much understand everything I'm saying. It's just that idea of like some mechanics that unfolds after playing a lot. That is you don't seem to get what I want to say, and it's all right. I never gave an example, so let's go with an example. So basically, in Burning Wheel you have like some kind of an hero point. They are called Artha, and you have three kinds of Artha. You have your fate, your persona, and your deeds. Fate and personas are the one you might get every session. Sometimes you have good sessions, you get both of them. Sometimes you have bad session, you get none of them, or just small amounts of one of the or the other. Deeds points are points that you get when your character achieve a deed, and that can take about 12 sessions, because you need to build up your narration for getting your deed point. Now, when you start having, after playing like now, you need at least 12 sessions, something like that, to get a deed, because you need the time to play to get your deed, to achieve a deed in the story. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just the beginning. So once you get, what you do with your Artha is you invest them. You don't just spend them, you invest them as well as you spend them. So when fate personas and deeds points, they allow you to have re-rolls, add some dice pool to your rolls, all kinds of cool stuff. The list is too long, I don't want to go there. But it's different, and its fate is the less powerful, and deed is the most powerful kind of thing, So deeds are really rare, and they come when you achieve a deed, and it takes time in the story. Now, when you spend them on attributes and skills, and you have to write on the character sheet next to the skill or the attribute. You have to mark a number in a little area that is for the fate, the persona, and the deed. You know what I'm saying? So after a while, let's say you've been playing like 20 sessions. 20 sessions is a couple months already. All right? You start to have a good amount of Artha in your skills and your attributes. And now something's happening. Something that it's in the book, something that could never happen before, when you need to reach that level, is now you start to look at those numbers and say, okay, I have a deed here, I have a persona there, I have a couple Artha there, a couple fate there. I'm going for what in the game we call an epiphany. You also have an Artha. So that's two different concepts. Artha is that you get, for one roll, one scene, you get to shade shift a skill or an attribute, making it more powerful. So I don't want to go explaining everything, but it's just that shades are what makes your skill. It tells you what number you need in the dice roll to get a success. So instead of having 4, 5, 6s, when you shade shift, you can go for 3, 4, 5, 6s. That gives you successes, so you get way more powerful on your dice roll. So you look at you have a pool of Artha, and you have the one that are invested. All right. So when you look at your Artha pool, and you look at the ones that you spent over the 20 sessions you've been playing, and they are, some of them are strategically spent, but most of them are not, because you use them when you need them. You use them when you are in trouble, so they kind of like random all around your sheet. But now they are accumulating, and you reach a point where you start to look at the skills and the attributes that have the most Artha invested in them. Because you want to have an epiphany. An epiphany is not a shade shift. An epiphany is like you change your shade for good. This is when you have your sword skill, or you have your sorcery, or you have whatever skill, and you get to go from black shade to gray shade, or to gray shade to white shade forever. This is the ultimate goal. It takes, I don't remember by heart, but it takes something like 3 deeds, 20 fate, and like 15 persona or something like that. I don't remember exactly. That's a long ass time. But the thing is that to reach a point where you look at what you have in your Artha pool, and you look at what you have on your sheet, and you start to do strategy about it. You start to go, okay, I don't want to spend this Artha on this roll here, even if I need it, because there's no Artha in it. I need to start focusing my Artha on my sword if I want to get my epiphany. So now you have to lose. You have to allow yourself to fail that roll. You know what I'm saying? Now this is design. This is mechanics. Now you have like this relationship to how you spend your Artha, and how you and that only comes when you reach the point, the couple sessions right before you get your epiphany. So you spend a couple hours in that zone there, but to reach there, you need to have played at least like 30 sessions, maybe more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was talking about. I was talking about it's written in the book that you're gonna go there after a while. You know, it's the basic rules of character advancement, and but you cannot experience it until you get enough deeds point to do so, and Artha and Fate and Persona and all that, you know. So it's just that's what I was talking about. Now, this is not your basic unlocking stuff, because I can see you guys already saying, oh, yeah, but it's just because you play enough. It's like changing a level. No, it's not, because it's investment, and from the beginning of the game, you start investing those Artha. If I take Pathfinder, for example, or any game that you unlock levels, all right, you get the XP, you put them in a character, you unlock spells and stuff, and abilities and stuff. You unlock little feats and little mechanics that you're gonna allow yourself to do stuff. But the game doesn't change to do that. You just need to fight more again, and you get the point, and it does it automatically. So, of course, that super powerful feat that you get level 10 is gonna take you like a long ass time, the same amount of time as the Epiphany, but you don't do nothing to get there. It's the same as passing from level 1 to level 2. You fight, you get the XP, you go from level 1 to level 2. But in Burning Wheel, with the Artha cycle, which is called the Artha cycle. So the whole thing I'm talking about, it's the Artha cycle. Is that the more you spend, and you can start investing the first session, because when you know how to play the game, you start investing your Artha first session. You don't want to spend it anywhere. So it starts to become super strategic to a point where, but that zone, which is super cool, lasts for a couple sessions right before the Epiphany, and it takes that amount of time. So that's what I was talking about. You know, it's written in the book. It's not house rule. It's not optional. It's necessary, and you cannot experience it otherwise. But it's only happening after that amount of time, for that amount of time. You know what I'm saying? So I hope the example is clear, and I hope you see the difference with your basic character advancement as well, because this traditional character advancement, you gain XP point by the GM for fighting stuff, and you get to unlock something. So unlocking level 14 to 15 is the same as unlocking level 1 to 2. So, and you don't have an economy about it that change over time. So it's not the same. It's you know. So yeah, man. So that's what that's what it was. So yeah. I hope you understand that. I hope I get the point across. Maybe this is something that you maybe I express myself in a way that that seemed far-fetched. Maybe you join in the sense of, I'm using emergence and I should haven't. Maybe you're right saying that. I mean, it's okay. Maybe I shouldn't have used emergent. But for me, that's emergent, because when you're beginning the game, when you play that game, at the beginning you spend your Artha everywhere when you need it, and you don't see it on the page because you only have 1 or 2 next to the skill and attribute. So it's so far ahead that you don't even care. But after playing a long time, you start to care. And I say, oh shit, I should have thought about okay, now I need to think where I put my stuff. And that's totally new behavior, new way of using the design, new way of spending the points. That's mechanic, that's the cycle, so that cycle in the game, many games have cycles and economies like that, but this one takes time to get going. And when the wheel starts turning, it starts to get some speed. After a while, when you start to get the experience out of it. That's what I was talking about. So I hope that's clear enough. I hope it makes sense to you. And I'm sorry if I poorly expressed myself. Maybe it's not the right way to say it. Maybe it's not what we can call emergent mechanic. Maybe it's just super deep like design that needs to unfold, but that's what I said already. So anyway, thank you for watching, and thanks for your responses as well. They're amazing, and really good stuff. It was a good conversation, and yeah. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, and now if you get some examples in your games of what I'm talking about, I'd like to hear that. Those cycles, you know, that you get, those economies that change over time after playing a long time. All right. Thank you for watching, and talk to you soon. Oh yeah, so I want to know more about that, because I like to play another game that has it in it. All right, talk to you soon.